Just want to say before the video starts, guys, that I have been receiving all of your submissions. There's about 18 of you so far, and I genuinely do mean this, but all of them so far are fantastic. It's honestly going to be such a hard decision. With that in mind, I only have 3 lightsabers to give, and I know some of you are very, very eager to win. But in case you don't win one of the sabers, and trust me, it's going to be extremely hard to choose, I hope you don't get upset too much. Like I've said in previous videos, I wish I could give you all a lightsaber, but unfortunately, I've only got the 3 to give. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, guys, I have been receiving all of your submissions, and they are all super creative. Honestly, has caught me off guard. Even the paper drawn ones, like, I initially wanted digital drawings, but honestly, the paper drawings have caught me off guard. Honestly, your designs are all flawless. Again, guys, due date on the 22nd of January, Australian, maybe the 23rd if you're lucky. But anyway, guys, I'll update you guys again with the giveaway in another video. Now on to my top 10 favorite Jedi. If you're new to my channel, be sure to stick around for the question of the day so you can be featured in my next video. And be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon. With that being said, enjoy. Welcome, my Knights of Hen, to my top 10 Jedi personal picks. Let me know if any of these Jedi also make your list. Number 10, Vance Sallow. To be honest, I don't know too much about him. In fact, I don't think I know anything about him. But I really did thoroughly enjoy his appearance in the cinematic for the Old Republic MMO. And his armor is badass. I ended up getting his armor in the game. His lightsaber is also quite nice. Hope to get a similar looking saber in the future. Number 9, Meetra Surek. So if you don't know Meetra Surek, she is literally you in Knights of the Old Republic 2, and she is easily one of my favorite characters in general. She fought alongside Revan in the Scourge of Malachor as one of his generals, I believe, and to be honest, I'm not too sure of her personality, as in the game you basically choose her path. But in canon, she takes in advice about the Force from Darth Traya, who I mentioned in my top 10 Sith video, and she denounces the Jedi just like Revan, which is cool. Number 8, Ben Solo. So I've decided to put Ben Solo here, even though in the movies, he's part of the Knights of Ren as Kylo Ren, but there was a time he was Jedi, so I guess that counts. He's pretty similar to his grandfather, Anakin Skywalker. Say what you will about the sequels, but I feel Ben's arc was one of the best things about them. Now, I haven't read the books or comics because I'm not much of a reader, but from what I've seen in games and movies, he struggles to fight the light within him, which mirrors Anakin's arc. Anakin's opposite in a way, I guess you could say. It's like poetry, so it rhymes. Number 7, Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka, easily one of the best Jedis in my opinion. We watch her grow in the Clone Wars, and then see her reappear in Rebels. And then of course just recently, see her first live action appearance in The Mandalorian. She really understood the Jedi and why their philosophy, can be outdated. She leaves and denounces, but doesn't turn to the dark side. Her character arc in all the shows she's in is honestly one of my favorites, and by the time we see her in The Mandalorian and even Rebels, she's just so wise, and we, the audience, witness her grow. Not to mention her dual lightsabers are just mwah. Number 6, Yoda. There was no way I wasn't putting Yoda on the list. Grandmaster Yoda for sure is one of my favorites. So wise, powerful, and skilled with a lightsaber. Something I like about Yoda's character is that although he is little and old, he is still one of the greatest Jedi to have ever lived, and I can imagine it caught a lot of people off guard during the first release of The Empire Strikes Back. Luke had a vision of a great Jedi warrior and didn't expect him to be like this tiny little goblin-like creature. It comes to show that even the smallest things or people can have such a huge impact to those around. Definitely earns a spot on my list. Number 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi. General Kenobi. Obi-Wan, of course, was making the list. He's by far a fan favorite in the Star Wars community. I especially enjoyed him in the prequels and Clone Wars. For me, he was just so likable, and of course he has some of the most notable lines.
Hello there. I have the high ground!
His chemistry with Anakin was just so phenomenal for me. I personally think Obi-Wan is one of the most human-like Jedi we've got. He's got some emotions and compassion, whereas a lot of Jedi are trained to not have those, and it shows. Number 4, Cal Kestes. Cal Kestes I really enjoyed in the Fallen Order game.
definitely deserves a spot on my list, I reckon. His story was very fun to play, seeing him go through Order 66 and taking up his master's lightsaber to that end fight with the second sister was just so fun and engaging. He definitely for me is one of those protagonists you're definitely rooting and cheering for, even though you're the one playing. If you haven't played the game yet, I highly recommend and you'll know what I'm talking about. Number 3, Revan. Revan made my top 10 Sith list, and well, he's also making my top 10 Jedi list. Revan walked both paths of the dark and light and truly understands the Force. Well, that's how I see it. He sees faults on both sides and walks pretty much in the middle. I again recommend Knights of the Old Republic if you haven't played it already, 100%. I won't get too much more as I've already covered him in my Sith video, which will be linked in the description, but yes, Revan by far one of the greatest. Number 2, Luke Skywalker. Luke, I've said in the past, I believe is such an important character, you know, before Disney changed it. But with all the controversy with the ways and teachings of the Jedi, Luke is a prime example of how one can still have all these emotions and attachments and still be a good person, or even a Jedi for that matter, and not be too tempted too much by the dark side. And not to mention his recent appearance in The Mandalorian was one of the greatest moments in Star Wars history, hands down. Number 1, Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker. Some of you may have seen this coming from a mile away. Anakin for the most part was my favorite character in Star Wars growing up. I was a kid when the prequels just came out, and I remember specifically being 8 years old when I first saw Revenge of the Sith and seeing my favorite character going down a dark path. But like, I knew it was gonna happen because of the original trilogy. But yes, I've come to appreciate the character of Anakin because not only is he just so cool and had the highest midichlorian count, but his arc shows us why the Jedi teachings are flawed. Discouraging compassion and attachments were just some of the things that brought the Jedi down. I think I may have explained this in my Sith video, as I also put him on there. But yes, Anakin Skywalker being the chosen one was an excellent path. And that concludes my top 10 Jedi personal picks, my Knights of Hen. Did any of these Jedi also make your top 10 list? Let me know in the comments below. Now on to the question of the video.
Alright guys, before I get onto the question of the video, last video I asked you guys to give me 3 of your favorite Jedi, seeing as this video was about my favorite ones. And this is what you guys said. My question for this video: do you believe the Jedi are flawed? I think you guys know my answer for this. So I want to know what you guys think. Comment below to be featured in the next video. And as always, my Knights of Hen, may the Force be with you.